kick in. So if there's anyone in here, just let me know that you can hear me okay. I'll just wait for the stream to catch up a bit. Check out that sky. How good is that sky? So yeah, let me know if you can hear me okay. And I'll get started as soon as I can confirm that we're up and running. That's up. Okay, we're up and running. So hello and welcome to Point Vernon again. So we're hoping for some storms tonight and it's looking very promising. Very, very promising. G'day Leslie, sounds good. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, you'd like it out here tonight. It's looking pretty good. There was a lot of thunder around earlier. So hopefully we get a little bit of a light show as we get closer to sunset. And even if we don't, we're going to have some pretty epic sky. So hello and cheers. I've actually got a beer with me today because Matt's bought me a beer because he's a good bloke. So yes, welcome. G'day Jason, how are you? Sounding good? Okay, good. And look at that, look at the storm. It's looking really nice. So I've got the GoPro. GoPro is down there set up doing a time lapse because I do love a good stormy time lapse. And I'll start taking some photos soon. So, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking nice. I've been looking forward to a good storm, and tonight could be the night. As long as I don't get too wet. So yes, hello and welcome to another live stream. So if anyone's new in the chat, yeah, just going to take some storm photos, see what we can get. I've got this little tree out here that I'm going to use for my foreground. Tide's coming in pretty quick, so by the time sunset hits, we'll probably push up onto the beach. But yeah, very chill stream at the moment. I'm just kind of waiting for the sky to do something. Like as good as it looks at the moment, it will get better. We're still a good half an hour away from sunset. So once we get sunset, we've got some blue sky up over here. We've got some clearing over to the left. So we should get some colour behind all that grey storm cloud. And if we're really lucky, there's a storm sort of pushing through directly in front of us. It seems to be breaking up a little bit on the radar. But yeah, with a bit of luck, it might sort of build up as we get closer towards sunset. But yeah, thank you for joining, everyone who's in here. I love getting out here doing this. And look, I'm coming here to take photos anyway. G'day Knights, how are you? Video and audio, good. Good. Look at that sky. That's looking really nice. So these are the sort of nights I do like to do panos. When you've got so much going on in the sky, like everywhere you look, there's just everything. G'day Pam, how are you? Look at that. All of this, I think this just missed you guys up in Maryborough. But yeah, it's sort of looking really nice. I do love this stormy weather. Composition wise, very, very simple. Pretty much what I've got framed up on the phone. Don't need too much foreground, it's all about the sky. So kind of similar to the last stream at Tuggham, it's sort of not about the foreground. But yeah, we won't talk about the Tuggham stream until the editing session. Because to be honest, I wasn't over the moon with my photos from Tuggham. They were okay. They were okay, but they weren't epic. And I want epic photos these days. I don't want just nice photos, I want epic. And this is going to be epic. Went around us, not much rain at all. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's sort of been keeping an eye on the radar and it'll build up and then disappear. At one stage it was heading right for us. There's those birds, what are they? Yeah, it was sort of building up and then just breaking up. But look, I don't mind it breaking up because then we might get some colour. We might get some nice colour. Alright, so what I might do, seeing as this is a photography channel, I probably should take some photos. So I'll just pop my beer down. And yes, my foot it's definitely getting better. It's a little bit of a challenge walking through this mud. So I am hobbling a little still, but it's definitely getting better. Not great, but better. So what I'll do, I'll bring the camera over as well, just so it doesn't break up too much. And let's get a shot, and I'll show you what I've got framed up. So everything's in slow motion at the moment. The mud is literally ankle deep, so I don't want to walk too quickly over the mud. All right, let me bring you over and I'll show you what I've got framed up. Like I said, this is going to be a very simple composition. It's all about the sky. These are the compositions I like, nice easy ones. Look, I would much prefer to be out on the rocks, getting some water movement crashing over the rocks and some waves. But I'm in no state to be walking on rocks just yet. So we're going to just go with a nice little lone tree. And I don't think I've done this tree on a stream yet. So this one's not far from the beach. So let me just pull this up and I'll just quickly show you around. So if anyone is in Hervey Bay, this one's very accessible. Okay, so there's Point Vernon, there's the yacht, which is on the beach. Can I zoom in? Which would make some really nice photos as well. But yeah, I don't like taking photos of random yachts without getting permission. Okay, so we're just down there and sort of in amongst the mangroves. So there's just this little lone tree all on its own. Got some nice roots down the bottom. Not the most epic tree, but it's a nice easy composition to work with. And it's not far, which is kind of the main thing for me at the moment. I don't want to be walking too far. So this is a nice easy walk. Until my foot is feeling better, then I can get back out to the spots I want to get to. But yeah, look, that's a good thing about Hervey Bay. Everything's pretty accessible. It's all very accessible. And yeah. So again, like, you know, when it comes to composing a shot, I like to have something in my foreground just to give us something to look at, rather than just a beach and sky. So, you know, for example, if we were to sort of just have a sky, just like to have something in my frame. And this is a nice little tree to have in our frame, get some reflections. So yeah, I'll go and take a couple of shots and just talk through what I'm doing. I'm going to take it off the tripod for now. Okay, so we've got plenty of light. Like I said, it's at least half an hour before sunset. So I'm going to just shoot in manual mode. And I've already focused on the horizon. So focused on the horizon, shooting at f8, ISO's at 100. And all I'm really doing is checking my metering and trying to keep my speed above a 60th of a second, just so I don't get any camera movement. Okay, I'll show you on the live stream, might be easier. Okay, so I've focused on the horizon, and all I'm really doing is checking my histogram, because I don't want to blow those highlights. I want to keep those highlights under control, so I don't want to go too dark. So just getting it to the histogram's just touching the right hand side. So around about there. I don't mind blowing it just a tiny bit. So around about there. It looks very dark, but that's where we edit it. Just want to protect my highlights really. So a 60th of a second, f8, manually focused on the horizon. Because then I can get down nice and low without... And just get down nice and low. This does look nice. Down very low. Yeah, that's good. Okay, might try on this side as well. So I'm just going to move around. I don't want to take too many shots in the same spot. I'm looking at where the tree's going, so I'm kind of going to get the branch so it curls over this blue sky. So I don't want to just have this tree slap bang in the middle of the frame. I'm sort of looking at which way the cloud's going. So there's a little bit of an oval shape up over the blue. So I'm going to try and get that branch to follow that. Still going to use my rule of thirds. And yeah, because I don't have a flippy screen, I'm just kind of winging it at the moment. So I'll just take a few shots down nice and low. Nice puddle here, so I'll try and get the reflection in the puddle. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. But yeah, down nice and low. Yeah, that's good. So just kind of using some of these puddles as a reflection, just to try and make it fairly interesting. So I'll just kind of show you, that's roughly what I've got framed up. Okay, so just a little reflection down the bottom, and just kind of moving around, taking a few shots at different angles. And yeah, look at that sky, it's starting to look good. Phone's not picking it up great, but yeah, it's looking nice. Looking nice. So what's happening in the chat? Yes, went out. Not much rain. The blue sky patch is giving a beautiful reflection in the water. It is, isn't it? Look at that over there. Look at those reflections. So like even just a shot from here. And this is kind of what happened at Tugum. The photos that the GoPro was taking on time lapse were probably better than what I was taking with the camera. Because the GoPro was just kind of set up in a sort of where I wanted to be. So I'm going to do a pano from exactly where we're standing now. And again, all I'm doing is exposing for the brightest part of the sky. And then I'm just going to fire off. Everything's in manual mode. And I'm just going to... I'll try and show you. So what I'm going to do in manual mode is I'm just going to use one of the lines on the back of my camera as like the grid lines, and just follow my horizon around and just take off a series of shots, and then we'll stitch them together when it comes time to edit. So I'm just making sure I overlap each shot enough that Lightroom or Photoshop will be able to stitch it together. So trying to keep it as level as possible. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the stormy sunset so far. It's looking good. And the beer's going down really well too. And yeah, I've got the time lapse set up on the GoPro, so that will look pretty cool. Okay, and here's my pano. So there's the first shot. Okay, I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, and then we just sort of pan across, just trying to get as much sky as we can. Oh, there's a sneak peek. There's a sneak peek of something that I was out doing today, which I'll get onto that in another stream. So yeah, 12 people in here. Thank you to everyone who's here. Hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. Yeah, look, if you are enjoying it, please leave a like. It does help. It definitely helps if you leave a like, but only if you like it. I'm not telling you to like it just because. But yeah, with a bit of luck, we might get some storms. Again, this is one of those places where composition isn't going to move too much. This tide, by the time sunset hits, this water will be up at our feet. So then I'll push back onto the beach without, I don't know if you can see that, but I am literally ankle deep in water, in mud. So yeah, just working with this tree at the moment. Nice, easy composition. It gets very messy over this side, sort of messy over that side. So all I want is all this epic sky, and it's looking really nice. And I reckon as we get closer towards sunset, we should get some little splashes of colour in amongst the cloud, which should be good. Yeah. Oh. Show you, look at, so this is literally mud flats. So every now and then, as you can see, the mud is quite deep. So this is definitely testing my ankle out. But it's holding up okay. It's holding. I don't think I'm ready to walk on rocks just yet. But Yeah, I'm at that stage where I can start to walk around again. So yes, for anyone, oh, look at that. Is that a mudlark? There's usually an osprey that comes and lands in this tree. So there's a little mudlark that's just come and landed in the tree. Yeah, quite often I come here and there's an osprey sitting up there. There's a heap of rainbow bee-eaters still flying around behind me. I might do a wildlife stream one day. I might do. Don't do a Katrina. No, I won't. We all learnt a lesson that day. We went down to the Urangan Pier and the mud, the sand, it was like quicksand. A few of us got stuck in the quicksand. So no, we've sort of learned our lesson from that. If you start to sink, move. All right, I'm just going to go and grab the beer. He's going for a swim. He obviously doesn't know about the bull sharks in the Eli Creek. Oh, he's over there fishing. Yeah, he'd want to make a move. There's a guy fishing over the other side of Eli Creek, and he will, if he's coming back this way, he will definitely be swimming. He won't be walking. He won't be walking across that. Yeah, he won't be walking across that. God, it's looking nice. I've got to start taking some more photos. So this is one of those nights where I probably will take a lot of photos because the sky's changing every couple of minutes. Okay, the sky's forever changing. G'day Peter, how are you? Only just got back from around the yacht. Must have missed you by a few minutes. She was looking good. Sky was looking good. I think I saw you over there. I did see someone over there taking photos of the yacht. Yeah, I might duck over there later and get some photos of that yacht. It's another one of those, yeah, very easy shot. G'day Matthew, how are you? Did you remember to bring the mozzie spray? No, the other Matthew did though. I've got a friend Matthew here with me, and he brought the mozzie spray. Yeah, I pulled up with quite a few little bites from that last session. So, and hello again and welcome. So yeah, welcome to everyone who's here. We've finally got an epic sky. Well, let me quickly spin you around. I don't know how well you'll see it, but there is probably, are they bee eaters? There's a whole heap of them. I think they're swallows. There's a heap of birds up there. There's usually a few bee eaters in amongst these trees. Yeah, all around Point Vernon at the moment, there's bee eaters everywhere. Yeah, very, very good bird. Very flighty bird, not the easiest bird to try and photograph, but they do make for some pretty awesome photos, the bee eaters. Yep, that was me. Hi, Matt. So Peter said hi. Yeah, I did see someone over there. Yeah, I will go and get some photos of that yacht later. But yeah, for now, I'll just give it another couple of minutes until I take some more photos. I might have to get on the tripod soon. It's sort of starting to get dark. But yeah, composition-wise, pretty much what you're seeing through the phone is kind of what I'm doing. Getting some reflections, getting some sky, and hoping for some lightning. Yeah, yeah. Over this way. Look at that over there. So this is why I love doing panos when we've got storms, because it's just, whichever way you look, there's something going on. Okay, so yeah, panos, when you've got a sky like this, just take photos on every angle, and panos do work really well. And yeah, look, these sort of spots, if you can find a lone tree anywhere, just work with it. Work with your lone tree and revisit it a lot, because every time you visit, the sky's always going to be doing something different. So you don't have to go out looking for compositions all the time. If you know it's there, just work with it and hope you get a good sky, which is exactly what I'm doing. You can hear the waves coming in now. Yeah, we're at that tide. It's sort of just past the low tide, so getting close to mid-tide, and mid-tide's when it really rushes in. So I better get some photos, because yeah, even this mud that I'm standing on, the water's up onto my bag already. So yeah, I'm just tie that up. Yeah, so I've got my friend Matt again with me today. So he was kind enough to bring along a beer. The GoPro's sitting over there time-lapsing. So I'm going to get some more photos before this tide comes in, because yeah, once the tide comes in we might have to move from this spot, which is a shame, because these are the sort of compositions I like. Nice, simple, very easy to shoot. Someone's just got a cicada. Very easy to shoot compositions, these ones. Lone tree and a stormy sky. I probably don't need to be down this low, but let's have a look. So again, just shooting in manual mode. So I'm set at f8 ISO 100, and all I'm changing is my shutter speed. So just changing my shutter speed to keep that histogram from clipping. Don't really need to do multiple exposures with this one. Nice, simple. And yeah, we're down to a 30th of a second now, so I'll put my 2-second timer on. 2-second timer will just eliminate any sort of camera shake. And yeah, nice, easy shot. Yeah, the GoPro footage, the time lapse will look really nice. It will look nice. What is the time? We're getting close to sunset. 10 past 6. So I think 6:20, around about 6:20 is sunset. So yeah, look, we might not get a lot of colour. I reckon we'll get a little splash up high. Depends how far over the horizon that cloud is. There's lots of little breaks in the sky. So all we need is a little break in the sky and we'll get some colour. Yeah, look at that. That over there is looking really nice. And look behind us as well. Okay, I'm going to do another pano. I'm going to get this up a bit higher, more for comfort than anything. Okay, this is another one of those compositions where I do prefer to be down lower, just so I can get the tree, just so it's not cutting through the middle of the horizon. But due to ankle injuries, I'm just going to do what's comfortable for me. We'll get up nice and high, and yeah. So because it's so muddy here, sink your tripod down. If you're ever on mud or wet sand and you're going to do pano or long exposures, like look how much that's sinking. That's sinking so much because my tripod leg isn't steady. Alright, sink it down. Sink it down till it's steady, and I'm just going to change it into portrait mode, and I'm going to do another pano. Try and get my ball head as level as possible. That's looking pretty good. Okay, that's almost perfect. So get your head nice and level, so when you turn your camera around, everything stays level. So I'm just using one of the lines, one of my grid lines. You can, if you've got the built-in, what's it called, the level. So most cameras have a built-in level. So if you've got a built-in level, just check your levels. Okay, and that's staying pretty much level right the way through. Shoot in manual mode. So when it comes time to stitch your photos together, every photo is the same. There's nothing worse than trying to stitch together a picture at different shutter speeds, different apertures. Okay, so the brightest part of my sky is over here, so I'm exposing for over there first. So still at f8. f8's fine. f8, I'm at 1/25th of a second, and I am just going to deliberately underexpose it a tiny bit just to preserve all that highlight detail. And yeah, because the light's fairly flat, it's not exactly too dark to shoot. And I'm just going to do a full 180 because storm clouds in a pano always look epic. It's starting to get a little bit of colour out here now. So yeah, hopefully everyone is enjoying the stream so far. So if you have any questions, chuck any questions in the chat. I'll try and answer them. I just want to get some photos here before that tide comes in, and then we're going to have to push back. And I'm going to have to try and find a new composition because I'm not sure what to do back there yet. I do like my lone trees. And that's kind of, yeah, the Tugum stream the other night. Beautiful spot, beautiful night, but composition wise I did struggle. The photos are just, it's one of those things, if you sort of, sometimes it's hard to compose a shot. So I think, yeah, when it comes to doing the editing, you'll see that, yeah, foreground interest almost ruined the shot, to tell the truth. There's all footprints through the sand, there's trees that aren't exactly interesting. Like at least this tree, it's a lone tree. Lone trees are fine. Yeah, Tugum was a bit messy, to tell the truth. But yeah, I'll blame all the fishermen for not letting me get to my spot. I wanted to be further up the beach. I'm just going to do another pano, because that tide, as you can see from the this tree here, tide moves pretty quick up here, and we're not even on big tides. So I'm just going to do another pano, because yeah, the sky is, clouds are moving pretty quick. So each pano will look slightly different, because we do have a fair bit of movement in the clouds. And we're getting to that time of night where I can see a little slither of colour along the horizon. That's going to look good with that dude walking in the background. And some of the best shots that I got from Tugum were actually of Jack. So yeah, that sometimes, and I'll show you when I do my editing stream, I'll show you what I mean by simple composition sometimes just work the best. Try and get too much in them, they get messy. I think that was my problem at Tugum. But here, look at that. That's, yeah, look. This is, you know, when you hear me say epicness, this is what I call epicness. Starting to get a few spots of rain. I might have to get my glasses out soon. All right, let me just come and check the chat. All right, what's happening? That was me, Jason. Yep, that looks like an awesome skyline. Great reflection off the mud as well. Sure is. G'day, Simone. How are you? I hope you're well down there on the Gold Coast. Max and I say hello from Ormeau. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I'm sure there's a proper way of pronouncing it, but yes, hello, and say hello to Max and the family. Look at this sky. Look at that. Okay, I am going to go and take photos while this guy's doing this, and then I'll come back and chat, because I don't want to miss any of this epicness. So what I'll do, let me just bring you over, because I reckon that beer might wash away soon too. I'm going to bring you over, show you a bit more of what my composition's going to be, because now all the colour's over this way. So I'm just kind of watching the sky and just working with the sky. So as the sky moves, I'm going to move and frame up something a bit more like that. And again, I'm doing a pano. Doing a pano. Okay, and again, I'm going to try and get that stick. There's a little gap in the sky, so I kind of want that stick in that gap in the sky. Look at that sky. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Stormy weather, you cannot beat it. Okay, so now we're getting very dull, so now I'm down to a 15th of a second. So again, just exposing for the brightest part of the sky when I do my pano. And then I'll come back over here. We'll lock that in. And then start firing off our panos. So again, just using the 2-second timer, just so I don't get any camera movement. And just slowly panning around, trying to cover at least 1/3 of the frame every time I turn the camera. I'm turning it so I've got at least 1/3 of the frame in the shot. Just makes the stitching a lot easier. Look at that water, that's coming in real quick. But look at that sky, once we get around here, that sky's looking really nice. Yeah, look at this tide. If you've been keeping track of what's going on, look how quickly that's pushing in. And actually, I better go and get the GoPro, because that might go underwater very soon. I'll get 2 more shots. GoPro I'm not too worried about, it's waterproof. But I don't want it drifting away. we'll get this shot, and then we might have to start moving. It's coming in real quick. That's why I just wanted to get all these shots here, because now that that tide's there, we're going to have to move. We're going to have to move. Let's get that back around here somewhere. Okay, all right, let's, yeah, I think it's time to move. So yeah, the GoPro is almost underwater. The beer can is going to drift away. Yeah, if you want to bring that, I'll go and grab the GoPro and the beer. Oh God. Sometimes I forget, I can't move quickly. Oh shit. Now we've got to go and find somewhere else to shoot my spots. It's almost like a, well, it is a river, but it's coming in very quick at the moment. So what we'll do now is we'll push right up on the beach. So we'll start heading over towards that big tree over there, Matt. Yeah, lucky Matt did come along. I knew the tide was coming, but I had to get the shot. And I think I got it. Look at all that sky that I'm missing. All that sky that I'm missing at the moment. So now to find another composition, there's another big tree over here which isn't great. And all our colours kind of over the mainland now. And this happens all the time. The colours where you don't want it. I was almost going to go around to the pier again tonight. And the pier would have been good. But yeah, sometimes you can't pick where the colour's going to be. I was here for the storms because they were all out this way. And now I sort of wish I was over at the pier. But look, it still looks good. So yeah, I'll do an editing stream during the week, and we'll show off some of those Tugum photos, and then we'll have a bit of a play around with the photos we've done tonight. Yeah, look at that sky. It's all over this way at the moment, but it gets very messy. Let's just stop here for a second. I think I'll pack up the GoPro for now. Yeah, so let me show you what we've got going on. All our colour is kind of up over this way. So we've got this big tree here, but see, it just kind of gets messy in here. I don't like all of this, what's happening in here. That's what I call a messy shot. So even though all the colour is over that way, I'm still going to shoot this way. I don't think we're going to get a storm. It looks like it's all broken up. But yeah, I'll try and frame something up over this way. And what I might even do, I'll just take a shot anyway. G'day Charlie, how are you? Here he is, yeah, perfect sky for some snaps. It is, it's looking pretty epic at the moment. Thanks for joining in. Good to see you from Perth over there. Be nice and early over in Perth at the moment. Probably similar to weather to what we've got. But yeah, the sky's looking epic. The sky's looking really nice. So it's while the sky's looking good. But yeah, again, thank you to everyone who's in here. Good to see some numbers in here. I might just give that a quick wipe actually. Every now and then, just check your lens, because if we get water on it, we're going to have some horrible spots, which I don't want to spend time spot removing in editing. So I'll just give that a quick wipe. Yeah, the tide is coming in very quick. So I'm just going to give my lens a quick wipe. So yeah, as soon as you start to feel any sort of rain, or if you're shooting at the beach and you've got sea spray, keep your lens clean. Because yeah, it's nothing more annoying than spots on your lens. Especially if you get some sun, you get some sunspots on it. It looks horrible. All right, let's we're losing all that colour already. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, we're kind of, like, it still looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it still looks nice. But yeah, composition wise, I'll take the shots. And again, this is the whole point of these live streams, is to show you everything. You're not always going to get epic shots. Mind you, I think we got our epic shots out there. I was quite happy with them. Just going to refocus. Now that I've moved, just going to refocus, make sure everything's in focus. And I will take a few shots over here just to show you what I mean by a messy composition. We'll do a little bit of a pano while we're here. I'm going to try and sort of silhouette that out. It's a good way of trying to hide things, is just do a silhouette. But yeah, all our colours over there now. Would have been the perfect night for the pier. Would have been perfect for the pier. But if I had gone to the pier, all the colour would have been this way. So let me just, which beer is mine? That one? It's up.
Looks like a face in the yellow part.
Looks like a face in the yellow part. I hope I got it. If not, I'll Photoshop a face in there. No storms. Did you get the storms like Brisbane did? No, we didn't get Brisbane storms. We didn't. They copped it pretty bad down there. Brisbane, Sunshine Coast. Happens a lot though. All the storms kind of, yeah, they tend to either go around us or underneath us. But when we get them, we get them. I was hoping for some lightning, it just didn't happen. There was lots of thunder here when we got here. There was lots of thunder around, and then it just kind of broke up. As soon as the stream started, it all broke up. All the colour is over this way, so I'm just gonna see if I can frame something up over here. Hobble over here. Hopefully the mic doesn't break up as I get too far away from that camera. Yeah, so this is just sort of messy. This is just messy. See if we can make it work. See if we can make something work over here. That's kind of okay. Yeah, look, the sky's doing enough that we could make this work. The tripod doesn't sink. Look how quickly that tide's coming in. You watch it. I'll set this tripod up here on the dry sand, and by the time I take the shot, it's not going to be dry sand. Yeah, I could get down low to make the shot interesting. If I didn't have a bung ankle, I would get down low to try and make the shot interesting. So yeah, look, I don't think these shots work, and I will show you in the editing stream why. So yeah, and that's, you know, the whole point of this channel is to do things live so you can actually see what's happening and see how hard it is to get a good composition sometimes. Okay, because like, yeah, all the colours out this way, but all our like compositions are designed to be shooting that way. So we plan to be shooting that way with some storms, and now everything's kind of moving inland. The joys of photography, that's what happens. Okay, and the other thing is with the follow-up stream, you'll get to see all the editing that I do. And the Tugum photos will need a lot of editing to make them look nice. And yeah, I don't think this isn't working for me, so we might just push back. We'll push back again. There's colour all behind us at the moment. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who's here. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am, because the sky is, I love nights like this. I was saying to Matt before, I do love these balmy, warm, stormy nights. It's probably still 23, 24 degrees. Hardly any wind, just enough wind to sort of keep you cool. And that's a good thing about living right close to the ocean. You get the cool ocean breeze. So it's not humid and sweaty. Yeah, look at the colours all around us. You wouldn't read about it. I'll just show you what's going on. So, thanks, Matt. Hi, Jack's mum. Yes. No storms here. That's good to hear. No storm photography, but you can do amazing things with the sky. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't need all that lightning sometimes. Like, the sky is just epic as it is. Okay, and even like where the phone is now, that makes a nice shot as well. That's all about the sky. Yeah, that's looking good. Let me just quickly show you what's going on. Yeah, we might actually go and get the cat. So, as you can see, over this way we've got heaps of colour. Okay, it's looking really nice over that way. Out where I want to be shooting is very grey. And then we've got another splash of colour over this way. Okay, and then, yeah, some really stormy looking clouds back that way. So, yeah, tonight was probably the perfect night to be at one of the piers. But, yeah, I just wanted those storms, which didn't happen. But I'm not complaining. I'm out here taking photos. And that's what it's all about, getting out here and taking photos. Oh, it's just, yeah, it is. I don't think you can beat this, being out on a night like this with a beer.
Silver water.
Yeah, yeah, silver water, nice reflections in the woods, just perfect weather. It's 26 degrees and a very light patch of rain heading your way. Yeah, I think I can see it. I think that's... So if it does start to rain too much, I will pack it up and end the stream. Because, yeah, look, we're not going to get a blue hour tonight. It's a bit too cloudy for a blue hour. I'm very happy with the shots that I've already got. I might do a few. Should we? There's a nice big log. Yeah, I'll just go and show everyone this log on the beach. We've got a really cool log on the beach up here. So I will show you this log because this, yeah, it can make for a good composition. What I might do, I'll get one more shot over here. Again, the yacht's kind of positioned in a weird spot. Actually, I'll grab that cloth again and give the lens another quick clean. I'll just pop that up over there. I could probably make that shorter somehow, so it's not dragging in the... Cheers, ta. So there, this is one of those nights where you are sort of scrambling for compositions while the light's good. The light is very good. And I've run out of compositions. And this is why I like that point in Point Vernon. You almost get a full 180 degree view of Hervey Bay. So it's good. Once you get out on that point, you can kind of shoot any way you want. Let's get this framed up where the phone was. Again, it's not about foreground, it's about the sky. I need to not worry about my foreground sometimes. Just get the sky. Capture all the epicness. And as soon as I take that shot, we're losing the colour. Yeah, look, it's still nice. It's still nice. Yeah, there's a few little spots of rain. So I'll go and show everyone this log up here. This log's pretty cool. What I might do, I'll pack up the GoPro, because the GoPro, it's done its job. I've got my time lapse. So now we're starting to get some colour. It's just it's an epic night. We've got colour everywhere. And it's looking good. So I'm just going to pack up my GoPro. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who's here. Like I said earlier, if you did like it, leave a like. Let me actually turn that off. I did this the other night. I did a time lapse of the inside of my bag.
Take a bit of editing.
I got home and I'm like, it was like 1,200 photos. I'm like, what? we weren't there for that long, and yeah, I had about 800 photos of the inside of my bag. That's a problem with having it in. Every now and then you accidentally press the on button. Oh, yeah, that goes on the tripod. Yeah, no, it's all right. Okay, yeah, look, we might get another, that cloud's kind of clearing, we might get another little splash of colour. So let's go up to this log and closer to the car as well, in case it does start to pour. So yeah, if you're in the chat, leave a like for Matt. Matt's my cameraman at the moment, and my assistant, carrying all my stuff for me, bringing a beer for me. So yeah, leave a like for Matt. It's, I've told him he's got to bring his camera along one day. He's got a new fancy camera, and he keeps coming along to watch me pick up tips, and then we'll get him out there one night. We might even do that as a stream one night, almost like a beginner's guide. And I get to play with a new camera. Because I think one of the other YouTubers just did that. We'll save it for a couple of months. I don't want to copy what the other YouTubers are doing. I'm sure one just did. He took a student out and did a one-on-one. So yes, that night, if anyone saw the photos of the comet, this is where I got the photos of the comet with this log. Geez, I'm struggling. I'm very unfit at the moment. Which one was yours? That one. Yeah, I've been stuck at home for nearly 5 weeks now. No windsurfing, no walking, no supping, no fishing, no photos. Where are we? I left a like for the handsome devil who's doing the show, who's going to show me a log live on stream. Yes, check out that for a log. Is that the biggest log you've ever seen? Normally I don't like it when people leave logs on the beach, but this one, have a look at that. This is this is where I got that photo of the comet. So that is a nice log. So this is it's another safe composition. It is a fairly safe composition. I would love the log to be facing the other way. So kind of this part, if this was leading out into the frame, that would be really nice. But yeah, that log, that's not moving. That's not moving at all. But yeah, that is a fair log on the beach, that one. So we will stay, because I can't see any rain around at the moment. So we will stay a bit longer, see if we can get a bit of colour in Blue Hour. She's a beauty, that's for sure. Isn't that the prettiest looking log you've ever seen? I got some photos of Jade standing on that log. It's just to give you an idea of exactly how big it is. So if I just stand next to it, it's a fair log, and it does astro photos. Can make for a good subject. Very interesting log. So if Matthew's still in the chat, when you come up to Harvey Bay, I'll bring you to the log. Yeah, it's a good one. It's not going anywhere. It's been here for a long time, and it's buried into the sand. So yeah, look, I'm not taking photos at the moment because the sky's just grey. We've lost all our colour. We could do a black and white, I guess. That might make the editing stream a little bit more interesting. Well, we've got plenty of texture up there. Cicadas are everywhere. I wonder if the mic picks them up. If you're in the chat, can you hear the cicadas? You know it's summer when you hear them. So yeah, look, there's still a lot going on in the sky. The phone kind of blows out those hot spots. But yeah, look at that for a view. So yes, welcome to Harvey Bay. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, I've missed all the storms this year with my bung ankle. I was really hoping to get some tonight, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. This is quite nice what we've got here. All right, let me stop talking crap and get a shot. So this is one of those shots where, again, I do want to get down low. I want to get down nice and low, get that log above the horizon. Get in nice and clear. I've got the wide angle lens on today. So I've got my 17 to 40 mil. And because I'm going to be shooting wider angle, I'm going to be fairly close to the log. I'm just going to bump up my aperture to f11 just to get a slightly bigger depth of field. And you know what, we'll do a bit of a HDR with this one. Just to keep the editing streams kind of nice. Now, I don't do a lot of HDR anymore, to tell the truth. So this is all for your viewing pleasure, not mine. I do bracketed photos every now. Well, not even bracketed. I just expose for my highlights, expose for my shadows. I very rarely do HDR, but it is a very good option, HDR. Hoping to do a bit of a road trip next year sometime. Head south to the sunny coast. We'll definitely call through Harvey Bay. Yeah, the sunny coast is amazing. You'll love the sunny coast. Harvey Bay is really nice too. Just nice and quiet, Harvey Bay. That's kind of why we moved here. Get away from the busyness. But yeah, Sunshine Coast, awesome beaches, waterfalls. You've got the hinterland. Sort of got everything in Sunshine Coast. Where Harvey Bay, you've got peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. All right, let's get a shot. So again, I'm going to get down fairly low to try and get this log above my horizon, just to make it a bit more interesting. And so it doesn't blend in with the sand. I want to kind of separate the log from the sand, if that makes sense. So get down as low as my leg will allow me. And then frame it up better than that. So as you'll see, like now that I'm super close to the log, now we're kind of looking at focus bracketing. I'm just trying to frame it up. Now I'm a bit too close. So once I sort of get to a certain range, and it's one of those ranges you'll learn your camera, your lens combination, what apertures. There's no given sort of, there's no magic number. It does vary from camera to lens. You'll find that like an APS-C camera or a Micro Four Thirds, they will just have a bigger depth of field. So it's going to vary from camera to camera, but I am going to do a focus stack for this one, make the editing a bit more interesting. So I'm going to focus on the log first. I'll bring you down and try and show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Yeah, the sky's looking good now. We're getting into that blue hour. Starting to get some colour up high. Okay, so I've literally zoomed in on that log. So that's kind of what I've got framed up. And I'm going to zoom in on the log and then just manually focus. So I'm just changing my focus until that log's nice and sharp. Doing my exposure for my foreground. Again, I'm not going to do bracketed shots. Okay, so overexposing to get all that detail in my log. Take that shot, and then all I'll do is I'll refocus on the horizon and expose for the horizon. So now, again, I'm going to zoom in on my focus out on that horizon, try and find something on my horizon, manually focus out there, somewhere around about there, and then just speed up my shutter speed until my highlights are under control, and then That's my 2 exposures. So yeah, I don't do exposure bracketing anymore. I think I mentioned it in the last stream. Exposure bracketing, you just end up taking, you know, anywhere between 3 to 5 shots at different exposures. And I've found that I was just throwing out half of them. Okay, there are extreme cases, and I will cover that another day, where, you know, especially shooting real estate, if you're shooting indoors and outdoors, then yes, you probably do want to do at least 3 exposures. But yeah, for landscapes, I find two's more than enough. Okay, in fact, you know, 1 is enough really. You can kind of, I don't know how well you can see that histogram, but everything is fairly well exposed. Okay, highlights are kind of borderline blowing out, shadows are fine. And with editing software these days, it just makes it all easier. Okay, what's happening in the chat? Love the cicadas, but you can keep those damn storm birds. Yeah, we're starting to get some nice colour up there now. That is good. So I'll get a couple more shots. Look at that. Now we're getting into that blue hour. So even though we've got all that cloud on the horizon, still got that colour up there. So I mention it in nearly every stream, never leave early. Okay, because everything went grey and dull to start with. But there's enough sky up there. Like if this was all cloud up here, you get no colour. The fact that there's a bit of clear sky up there, we're getting that epicness starting to show through. So I'll pop this back in here. And I'll just frame this up. So that's roughly what I've got framed up. And as you can see, like that's a nice shot. That's a nice shot, I think. I probably don't need to be this close to my foreground to tell the truth. I think where the phone's got it framed up looks nice as it is. But you know what, I'm going to do another one anyway. So now I'm going to do it in reverse. I'm going to do my exposure for the background, and then I'll just recompose for this log. Make sure I can see every little nut and bolt and crevice in that log. Have I got a spot? No. I thought I had a spot on my lens. Oh, it does hurt to get down low. So now we're at 15 seconds now. So that'll give you an idea how dark it is. We're doing a 15-second exposure. The light on the yacht is on. It's well after sunset. The stars are out. But yeah, we've still got plenty of colour. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Again, this is kind of similar to what we had at Tugum. And again, hang around for that. When I do the editing stream, there's one thing that's really annoying me, and it's all the footsteps through the sand. All the footsteps through the sand, to me, it's messy. But it's hard to find a nice clean beach.
Need to bring a rake and rake it.
Yeah, well, Jade was here at Tugum trying to, spray the sand everywhere to make it look nice and soft. So, but yeah, now look at that sky now. Now it's starting to do stuff. So I might quickly do another pano from up where we are. Then I don't have to focus stack. Just by moving away from your foreground, your depth of field increases. So when you're up nice and close to something, then yeah, you probably need to do a bit of a focus stack. That's if you want everything in focus. You don't have to. I do. I like to have everything in focus. It's a good habit to get into. It's good practice. There's nothing worse than getting home and thinking, I should have done a focus stack. Just do it. Just do it every now and then. But yeah, now that I'm kind of back up here, so now that I'm further away, now I'm just going to literally focus on the horizon and get all that colour. And you know what, I'll do a pano. Again, it's one of those nights where there's colour everywhere. So let's take it all in. Now I'm going to try and get my tripod level. Let me see if I can get the tripod level first. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Yep, that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's close. So now again, just exposing for my sky. Just exposing for the sky. So this would almost work better as a bit of a silhouette. Now that I'm not close to my foreground, I don't need all that detail in the foreground. So we'll just expose for our sky. Yeah, the sand is annoying me. And then refocus on the horizon. Okay, so now that I'm this far back from my foreground, I can just focus on the horizon. That's where all the interest is. And that'll be acceptably sharp. That'll be acceptably sharp. And I'm just going to go back down to f8 again, because that's where this lens is at its sharpest. F8, histogram under control. Just taking my time to make sure everything's set up, everything's level. Highlights are under control. And now I can start the pano. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who's here. It's yeah, I had to get out after those photos at Tulgum. Like, really enjoyed the night at Tulgum. It was a really nice sunset. But yeah, composition wise, it was just not my style. I like simple photos. I like to keep things nice and simple. Tulgum, it just got a bit messy. There was a bit too much going on. That big log on the beach was a very messy log. It was a dirty, stinky log that someone left on the beach. This one's a nice, not so stinky log. Nothing worse than a stinky log that's been left on the beach. Yeah, the colour's looking good. I'm just gonna keep shooting while we've got colour and it's not raining, so it is looking nice. And again, I don't like the way the log is kind of blending into my foreground. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna recompose. I'm not happy with that shot, to tell the truth. And again, you know, these are the sort of things you'll see in the editing stream. You know, when I say I'm not happy with that shot, I'll sort of explain it in the editing stream as to why I'm not happy with it. I'm just gonna off-center it. I sort of want a clean shot out in the middle, and then have the bushes and the log frame my shot. Rather, I had the log slap bang in the middle, so I want that to frame my shot. Cicada just flew into the camera. I want that to frame my shot, not just be a distraction in the middle. Okay, I'll just check that that's level again. This might be the last shot, to tell the truth. It's getting pretty dark now. It's nowhere near level. It's still not level. As long as it's near level. This is currently nowhere near level. That's better. That's better, about there. That's better. Alright, let's get this shot, and then I think we might wind it up. It's getting dark. And where are we at? We're going to be up at 5-second exposure. Yeah, there's a lot of highlights on that horizon. I'm really going to underexpose this one. 6 seconds. So yeah, thanks again everyone who's here. Sticking with it. Look, it's a good way of watching a sunset. If you can't get out for any reason, it's a good way to sit at home and watch a sunset and watch some idiot bluff his way through some photos. Really awesome colour out there. But yeah, this is blue hour at its best. Now that cloud's sort of broken up enough to get some colour, it's actually quite nice. And in another 10 minutes it will probably be pitch dark. How's the phone showing up? Is it still looking alright? Yeah? Yeah, one more. Finish off the pano. So yeah, this should make for a little bit more of an interesting stream. We've done a bit tonight. We've got our nice shots out there with the lone tree. We've done some focus stacking, a couple of little silhouettes, some panos, just kind of mixing it up. And I want to try and mix things up as much as possible just to keep it interesting, so I'm not just always doing the same thing. Because the thing is, if I had have come out here on my own, I would just be doing my own thing, and I wouldn't be doing focus stacking and panos. Well, I would, but I'd probably be, yeah, just getting out in the water. Somewhere that's not as safe. That's looking good. Okay, let me quickly show you the shots and then we might wind it up. So I'll quickly show you what I've got. Yeah, it is getting dark on the back of that camera now, isn't it? It's, yeah. All right, let's have a quick read of what's happening in here. Getting through, Jason. The yellow under the grey cloud looks unreal. It does. It's, yeah, there's lots of colour out that way. It's looking nice. If it wasn't so cloudy, then yeah, we would get a lot of that colour all along the horizon. So there's just enough of a gap to get that colour through. So I'll quickly show you that. I'll show you the panos that I've just taken. So just kind of more for the sky than anything. And this is the one I didn't like. I've got the log in the middle of the frame, which, yeah, look, it could be okay, but just having it off center, I sort of want to have a bit of a clean shot and then have the logs framing, the logs and the trees framing the shot a bit more. Anyway, we'll see how it looks in editing. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell until you get home and look at them. Then there's just a bracketed foreground and sky, another bracketed one. That was with the tide coming in. Yeah, the phone's not picking it up great, but there's plenty of colour in that sky in these shots. A few more panos. See, that's nice, like that lone tree. Hard to go wrong with that. So yeah, we got some shots. We got some shots. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who popped in. Again, leave a like for Matt for carrying my stuff for me and bringing a beer. And I might call it there, I think. The mozzies are starting to come out. So yes, thank you again. And I will do an editing stream now that I've actually got some photos I'm happy with. I'll quickly show you the Tuggum ones, and then we'll start to edit some of these ones from tonight. And I might even just for a bit of fun, I might actually add some lightning into one of the shots, just to show you how. Didn't get the lightning, so why not just Photoshop it in, eh? All right, well, thanks again, and I will see you all again shortly.